Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Sunday, November 19th. So today we have the moon in Aquarius all day. And of course, this is going to give us an opportunity to emotionally detach, to see things from a greater, grander perspective, to act as the visionary, and to really start coming up with some problem-solving solutions to some of the issues that we've definitely been illuminated to over the last couple of days. Now, today is a relatively quiet day in the cosmos. There's only 6 different aspects here today, and 5 of them are going to involve the moon. So right out of the gate, we have the moon in Aquarius energy trining, beautiful interaction with Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money, who is in her place of power in Libra energy. So we get this trine because Aquarius energy, Libra energy, they're both air signs, which means that this is an epiphany. This is a revelation. This is an aha moment on where it is that we're having a change of heart. That change of heart is definitely putting us in a situation where we're starting to kind of question what we have to change in our physical realms, in our relationship dynamics, in what it is that we do for work and how it is that we make money, how it is that we provide safety, security, and stability to ourselves and to the people in which we love. This is going to be an aha moment, a revelation on what would make us a little bit happier, what would bring a little bit more pleasure, a little bit more enjoyment to our lives, a little bit more peace and harmony and safety and security and stability. And because we have this emotional detachment from the moon in Aquarius, it's more of an observation like, yep, I'm pretty sure that would be a better situation. Yep, I'm pretty sure that would look better, that would feel better, that would kind of make me feel a little bit more in alignment to what has been going on in my inner realm. The moon then goes ahead, makes a positive interaction with the North Node in Aries energy. So the North Node in Aries is trying to get us on the right path, trying to kind of get us on the path to reach our next mission, our next potential, our next truth, if you will, and our next form of life lessons. Because the North Node in Aries wants us to be a little bit more independent, wants us to be a little bit more in that leadership role, initiating new topics, new themes, new chapters in our lives. The moon in Aquarius is giving us the visionary aspect on some of the possibilities that we're currently percolating on what it is that we want to do, what it is that we want to pursue from here. The moon then sextiles, beautiful interaction with Mercury. Mercury is the mental plane, rules over our information, communication, how it is that we express ourselves. Mercury's currently in Sag energy, a fire sign, which is very optimistic, very confident, very overly excitable for the possibilities, for the opportunities that we are now trying to create. Because this is a positive interaction, the moon, which technically is our emotions, our unconscious selves, our intuition, and Mercury, the headspace, they're working together. They're starting to kind of analyze where it is that there is a push or a pull into a new path, where something new is exciting, where there are new ideas, new inspirations unfolding. And we get to add the logical, practical strategy, if you will, from the moon in Aquarius. So not only are we hyping ourselves up and really kind of pushing the boundaries of this big vision, of this big dream, of this big goal, but now we're actually starting to see where it is that we can apply structure, where it is that we can start building, where it is that we can be logical and practical with the path, the plan, the strategy that is needed in order to bring some of these big ideas to life. In a communication setting, our conversation is going to be very, I'm going to say, expansive. We're talking about the possibilities. We're talking about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas of the past and the what could be's now that we're learning from those particular situations. So in conversation, there's likely a lot of collaboration, a lot of idea building, brainstorming, if you will. We're very kind of direct and straightforward with what it is that we're thinking. And because we're not emotionally reactive because of the emotional detachment from the moon in Aquarius, we're able to kind of see the greater, grander workings, if you will, on where maybe some of these thoughts are coming from other people, or where it is that our mind is working by being triggered and activated by other people's thoughts, other people's opinions. The moon is then going to interact in a positive way with Chiron, the wounded healer who is retrograde in Aries energy. This is a sextile, so this is another air and fire interaction. We love that because there's a lot of stimulation, there's a lot of excitement, a lot of passion, a lot of inspiration, and then we get to add logic and practicality to it. And so emotionally, we're seeing where it is that we've identified some of the problems within ourselves, especially the way that we think about ourselves, our ability to create, our ability to fix, to solve, to kind of manifest the kind of life, the kind of realm and reality that we want to be living. We've identified those problems earlier on. And because we have identified the issues going on in our mental plane, in our heart space, where it is that we're the problem, we're blocking the progress, we are now flipping the script. This is a sextile. This is a beautiful interaction. So there's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of healing. There's a lot of progress in not only identifying the problem, but actually working through that problem. Again, we're in Scorpio season where shadow work is absolutely on the top of the list. And we are unpacking those particular issues that we've identified within us, and we're flipping the script in order for them to be more powerful, more encouraging, more supportive. So this is a different perspective on how it is that we're seeing ourselves in the most positive of lights. Now, Mercury is going to go ahead and make a positive interaction with Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings. He's retrograde in Taurus energy. Mercury is in Sag energy, so fire and earth energy. As long as they're balanced, we can create a lot of creative energy. We can create a space where we're percolating on new alternatives, new possibilities. Now, there's a lot of big ideas. Okay, let me just say that. Jupiter rules over the Sagittarius energy that Mercury is in. So there's again, we're pushing the boundaries of what we actually believe is possible for us. And there's a magnification that comes with the Jupiter interaction that just kind of blows things up, almost to the point where we're not even being realistic. And we have to kind of, I'm going to say, be aware that when Mercury moves into Capricorn energy, that's when we kind of squash these big dreams, these big visions, not to crush them, not to crumble them, but to actually make them more realistic. And so right now we're dreaming the biggest dream possible. We're trying to conjure up the biggest vision possible for us as far as the futuristic path goes. And with Jupiter being retrograde in Taurus energy, this is all about us really kind of sitting in our physical bodies and reviewing what it is that we've gone through, the tough love life lessons that have pushed us into this particular position for us to have a grow up and a glow up type of chapter. We are kind of stabilizing in our inner realm. We're building on our self-worth. We're really looking at our resources, and we're trying to figure out the kind of opportunities that we want to create for ourselves and what would be the best, what would feel the best, what would look the best. So there's a lot of brainstorming going on. There is huge, intense pressure in the mental plane. Jupiter, again, going to just blow that pressure in the headspace all the way up with these big ideals, with these big visions, with these big dreams. And realistically speaking, the Jupiter retrograde in Taurus energy brings us back down to earth, brings us into the physical body to see how it is that we feel about some of the ideas that we're currently coming up with. Now, last going off, of course, there's got to be one bad apple in the bunch. We have a very tough aspect. We have the moon in Aquarius energy getting into the boxing ring, squaring off with Uranus. Uranus rules over this Aquarian energy. So again, anytime that we're interacting with the ruler of the energy that the moon is currently in, there's a little bit more of an intensity there. Now, Uranus being the great awakener, he likes to shake us up. He likes to wake us up. He likes to show us where it is that there's new ideas, new aha moments, new epiphanies in order for us to make a change. But this is a square. This is not an epiphany. This is not an aha moment. This is not a breakthrough. This is not clarity. This is the opposite of all of that. Now, we have to remember that Uranus is retrograde in Taurus energy, and the whole purpose of this particular aspect is to show us where it is that we're having a lot of fear, doubt, insecurity about making the changes to our physical realm because we're not quite in the placement of trust yet to understand that we have to get rid of the things that we've outgrown, that we're no longer resonating with, that we're no longer attached to, and create an empty space for the universe to deliver something better in the place of the things that we're currently removing. Instead, we're sitting around, we're hoping, we're praying for change, but we're holding on so tightly and so desperately to the elements in which we've already kind of gotten comfortable with that we don't even have a free hand to kind of answer the door when opportunity knocks. We're afraid of the potential of getting rid of the aspects that we work so hard to build, even though we're not in alignment with them anymore. We're afraid that we're not going to be gifted with something better. And so there's a little bit of a hesitation there. And Uranus is trying to illuminate for us where it is that we're actually blocking the flow of the good things trying to come into our life due to the fear that we hold that we're not going to kind of gain something better in the place of the things that we're currently looking to remove and get rid of. So there is this friction, there's this intensity. We're not coming up with solutions. We're kind of stuck on the problems. We're confused by what it is that we need to do, what it is that we need to change, not only within ourselves, but within our physical realm in order to clear the space, clear the path, clear the way for us to be moving forward and us to be creating something different, something a little bit more in alignment with this new version of self. So emotionally speaking, we're going to feel very confused. We're going to feel a little bit, I'm going to say pressurized in the headspace because we're kind of I'm going to call it writer's block because that's the best way that I know how to explain it. We just can't seem to get past this particular focus, this particular problem, this particular, I'm going to say, cluster of confusing energies that's blocking the vision, blocking the path, blocking our ability to see any further than past our current circumstance. So although this doesn't feel good, although it's not a favorable energy, it does need to kind of happen in order for us to realize what it is that we're really feeling the squeeze, if you will, under, and what it is that we have to fix, resolve, and change in our lives. This is going to illuminate for us where we're stuck, where our back is against a wall, where we're confused, where we can't see the forest past the trees. And of course, acting as the breakdown before the breakthrough, Uranus is just kind of taking on a little bit more of a blocking role and really making us focus on the here and now instead of us giving us the bigger, greater, grander vision that he normally gives us and the insight that we would need in order to see the path forward and what it is that we need to actually begin upon building and bringing to life and structuring in our lives in the here and now. So emotionally speaking, this isn't going to feel great. This is going to be a lot of pressure in our head space. We don't like to sit in confusion. We don't like to kind of search for the answers, but it's a necessary part of the process. As we start kind of seeing things naturally and organically unfold for us, we are going to gain a lot of insight on the path, on the plan, on the strategy that we need to be kind of aligning with and building towards as we continue to move forward.